Trust Daddy. Daddy will take care of us. Answers.
I haven't heard about hot orcs in a while.
We were so horny for motion controls in 2005.
I can't wait to come back and tell you how it was Noah's Ark, you asshole.
I would also like to retroactively say I've never had cotton candy acid.
So Andrew's 100% doing a voice, right?
Everybody get off my MDB now. Time to record.
This episode and probably this whole podcast is a mistake. Hello and welcome to Debate This, the show where no one is right, but someone is definitely wrong. In this show, we talk about comic books, video games, and how Colorado was saved from horrible wildfires by a day-long snowstorm. And I've been dealing with all of it.
Who is that for, Kyle?
That was just for me and Meal and my hour-long drive that normally takes 20 minutes back from work today.
We here in Ohio are dealing with a 24-hour change from 78 to 36. So I don't want to say that that's not, like, I don't want to say that that is as bad as wildfires and blizzard, but it certainly isn't peachy here either.
Because it's not.
I just want you to know, like, it's not that much better.
It's 13 degrees outside here, Matt. So welcome to the mythical 5th episode, not the 5th week, as Andrew claimed.
It's the 5th Tuesday.
5th Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everybody.
The month. Happy Halloween. This episode is going to drop on Halloween, and it's going to wrap up our Spooktacular Express. And we are doing a special one-shot Dungeons & Dragons playthrough game, whatever that's called, for your listening enjoyment.
This is like the end of the line on the train station where you see like the planned route, but it's like always a dotted line for 10 years, and then all of a sudden the route appears. This is the end of the line.
Yes.
What? Wait,
hey, you're welcome, commuters.
What was that?
What just
that would have killed in a major metro area.
My joke was just for me. That joke was just for Andrew.
Aside from when you and I were in Portland on the train, I have not been on a train in 2 decades. So
Is this the part where I get to make a joke about being how Houston Street is pronounced Houston, but everybody else calls it Houston Street if you live in New York?
There you go.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
Everybody gets one.
All right. Now that we've alienated everyone on this this Halloween 2020.
We have one listener left, and it's Andrew's wife.
No, she probably turned this off.
No,
way
it's my
long
mom.
ago.
It's for sure my mom.
Yeah.
It's Matt's mom. So that I am joined today by Todd, and I'm just randomizing these right now. Todd, Infernal Constitution Thomas, Andrew Ritual Caster Henderson, Matt Wood Elf Magic Cole, and we have a special fifth member of Debate This, whatever we're calling him today. We are joined by Zak Flames of I shouldn't have gone with that one, but I'm committed now. Flames of Phlegathos Schneider.
Jesus.
Just call me the Flame Frost Galaxy Schneider. Jesus God.
No, Zak Flames of Phlegathos Schneider, also known as Around the Monitor.
Yes.
He has joined us to round out our adventuring party.
Can I just say that Phlegathos sounds like a Republican superhero? Like, if you ask somebody from the GOP to come up with a superhero, they'd be like, call him Phlegathos!
It definitely sounds like when my dad tries to come up with a fantasy name to make fun of my hobbies.
Damn, Dad.
I don't have a joke for this space because, like, I know what that feat is, and I like it for tiefling builds, and I'm just seeping myself further in the nerdy thing we're doing here today.
Good.
If you weren't aware, it's a racial specific feat for tieflings that gives you fire benefit when you cast spells.
I don't like the way you said racial specific.
Hey,
Talk about jokes going to be cut from the final episode. All right.
Out of here.
All right. Before we dive in, guys, do we have anything we want to say? Anything up top before we go in?
I'll do the obligatory thing of This episode was supposed to go out on our Patreon feed, but we decided to upload it to the main feed. And so if you like listening to us play D&D, you should check out our Patreon, patreon.com/debatethiscast, where we have been uploading at least once a month an episode of us playing D&D on the continuing adventures of Forbergorf and the Office Drones. And also, if you are a Patreon patron and are concerned that you're not getting an episode in October, there is a tasty behind-the-scenes cut of this episode that we're doing right now, uploading to the Patreon feed today as well. So if you would like to get the 6th Tuesday of this October, give us $5 at patreon.com/debatethiscast.
That's supposed to be funny, but every month has felt like it's had 6 weeks since March of this year. So
here in Debate This and in 2020, everything is Tuesday.
Every day is Tuesday.
God, the worst day of the week.
All right. Well, if that's it, let's dive
do
in.
it.
As evening begins to fall on a small manor on the edge of a thick forest, a chill takes the air as the sun falls behind Castle Stormwind, sitting atop a hill rising out of the dark wood, a mystical forest separating the castle from nearby hamlets and villages. As the air cools, a mist creeps out of the wood, signaling to a broad-shouldered paladin in the manor that it is time to set the wards that keep the nearby town safe from any monsters that may use the cover of night to attack its citizens. As our paladin, Sir Frederick, finishes the nightly ritual, a halfling touches the kneeling human's shoulder and reminds him that he should hang Wolfsbane behind the garden, and that she's putting on tea for when he's finished. Frederick exits the estate, the only thing left after his family was lost in an attack in the dark wood, and crosses the garden to hang Wolfsbane from the trees closest to the stone gate surrounding the garden. From the small hut, the groundskeeper, who has been maintaining the property for as long as Frederick can remember, Old Man Willie, approaches the paladin. "Ah, Master Frederick! Glad to see you one last time. Very wise hanging Wolfsbane this time of year. The packs get territorial in the fall. It's never good when a pack gets driven into the garden. Ruined an entire crop 2 harvests back. I've been growing some pumpkins back here this year. Can't wait for them to ripen. Feel something very special about this crop."
Yes, I do love the crop and the pumpkins, and I also want to hang the Wolfsbane and keep the wolves out of the pumpkin crop. Yes, thank you, Sir Willie. It is good to see you as well.
Excellent role playing.
You're leaving! I do, of course I remember! Why wouldn't I remember that you're leaving?
Vilma gave me a list of things to pick up. Is there anything else that you would need in my return from town?
If you could fashion me or find me a new ascot, that would be phenomenal. I'm always looking for new ascots, but other than that, I trust Vilma to put together the most comprehensive list that I could imagine.
Willie pulls out a notebook and writes down ascot. You see him mark ascot in his notebook. And what color ascot would you like, sir? You have so many.
Orange. I only wear orange ascots.
An orange ascot again. Of course, sir. Well, if that is all, I will be on my way. I will return in a few days' time. Thank you very much, sir. And Willie departs. Old Man Willie departs.
Good morrow to you, Sir Willie.
Thank you. You hear from a distance. And Fred goes, he finishes hanging his Wolfsbane. He checks to make sure the wards are holding outside and heads back in. Frederick finds the manor filled with the scent of fresh baked goods. Vilma has conjured up some treats to go with the tea, and the two sit.
Who all is in the room?
Relax and recount the day, and go over.
Oh, me and Sir Frederick.
Duties.
Got it.
Vilma, thank you for making the tea. We should go over what we are doing tomorrow.
Actually, I'd prefer it if you call me by my full name. It's Vilma the All-Seeing.
Yes, of course, Vilma the ever-knowing, ever-knowing.
It's actually All-Seeing. But yeah, we'll we'll get past that, I suppose. You weren't really ever one for details, were you, Sir Frederick?
Oh, of course, details. Yes, I love details. Always details with you, Vilma.
3 sharp knocks on the front door interrupt their conversation. This was not uncommon. The Manor Jones often provides relief for travelers as they exit the dark wood, and acts as a last stop to rest before they begin their journey through the wood.
Vilma will go answer the door. I stand up and say, Please, Sir Frederick, allow me, as advisor and consult to the manor and the family that lives here, I'll go answer this door.
Okay.
Vilma, the small forest gnome walks over to the door and has to jump up at the handle a couple times to get it. But finally, she resorts to casting Mage Hand to open the door.
Is it Mage Hand or is there just a string? You just pull on the string.
No, she uses Mage Hand. It comes out of her bright orange robe.
At the door, they are met by a tall, slender man in a green hood, a bow slung over his shoulder, a large hound by his side. He introduces himself.
Hey, my non-gender specific dudes, what's the haps? My name is Lord Shagathan Neville, but you can call me Shaggy. You guys want some berries? I found these outside. They're like super sweet.
I don't think I'm gonna eat the berries if that's okay. Vilma turns to Sir Frederick and says, Sir Frederick, would you like to eat this stranger's berries? And she shakes her head, as in like, please do not eat these berries.
Hey man, that's cool. Me and Scoobert will scruff these things right down.
They
and
look
I
like
hand
terrific
most of them
snacks.
to Scoobert. Do I need to roll? Do I need to roll anything? A Constitution check?
Nope.
All right.
To feed Scoobert.
Yeah.
Would you? It's rather terrible outside in this time of year that we're in. Would you like to come inside?
Oh, I'm fine.
So we're just gonna continue to stand in this doorway then. That's what we're gonna do today.
Oh, I mean, if you insist, yeah, we can come in. Come on, Scoobert. Let's hang out. I just want to be very clear. My boots are very muddy.
Yeah,
very muddy.
And Vilma lets you get just a little too far before she goes, could you just no. then she just shuts the door behind you.
The ranger enters. His hound, Scoobert, smelling the cakes, bounds clumsily over to the table, pulling the treats from the table, and begins eating.
Oh, Scoobert, what you find, bud? Oh, what is that? Is that a cake?
Treats. Vilma and Freddy, you are almost positive you heard this dog say treats, but you don't believe your ears because it's so bafflingly absurd.
Vilma, it is Vilma the permanent hearing, isn't it? Vilma the permanent hearing. Did you hear that dog say a word?
It's Vilma the all-see. It's not important. Yeah, I think, yeah, upon further investigation, yes. Yes, I heard that.
Oh, yeah, he talks. It's like a thing. He talks, man. It's cool.
Just
I rock. Sir Frederick invites Shaggy to sit at the table and pours him a glass of tea.
Thanks.
As Vilma warms her tea, the group hears the sound of a small airship land outside. A minute later, another knock at the door. Standing outside is a red-haired woman dressed in a violet captain's coat and tricorn. Behind her in the road rests a blue and green airship with the captain's sigil displayed, a single daisy waving from the mast. She extends a gloved hand and introduces herself.
Hello.
Well, that sounded like an airship outside. Like, I know what an airship sounds like.
Yes, I am Mrs. Blake, but you might call me the Raider. I hear this is the last good place to restock before approaching Stormwind Castle, and I was hoping to get some supplies.
Zoink! Stormwind Castle!
Ah, yes, the perilous journey to Stormwind. It's Stormwind, right? I'm saying that right? Stormwind?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
That's what we're going with.
Stormwind Castle! Of course, this is the last stop before Stormwind Castle. We would be happy to stock you up.
It's great that you could say Stormwind Castle right 3 times, but can't get my name right, Sir Frederick. We're really starting this off on a good note.
Hey, just want to quickly get kind of a feel of the room here. How are we on this cake? Like, we're gonna eat it. That cool? Does anybody else want some cake? Cause it's gone. It's gone. I just want to be clear. The cake is gone now.
Blake the Raider ignores Sir Shaggy and just walks in and is slowly taking her gloves off and kind of looking around the place with a discerning eye that looks slightly like this place is beneath her.
The 4 return inside. The spooked hound, spooked from the knocks on the door, emerges from under the table where he hid. The cake's mysteriously missing from the tray. Vilma conjures some more cakes, and the 4 sit at the table and regale each other with tales of their adventures and feats.
I have really good adventures and feats. Do you want to hear some more of them? They're specifically good. Is it Miss Blake? Mrs. Blake?
It's Miss Blake.
Miss Blake?
She says that, giving a quick glance to Sir Fred.
It's very important to me as I take great attention to details that I get names right, because I think that's a personal compliment to the person you're talking to. Miss Blake, why do you call yourself the Raider?
Well, it's part of my deep dark backstory.
Deep rich backstory.
If we have time right now, we can go over that.
No, that sounds like an airship talk, I think.
Point of the story is, I'll keep it brief. I'm here to visit Stormwind Manor because I believe the owner of Stormwind Manor has something to do with the disappearance, or should I say, death of my parents.
This is a little heavier than cake talk.
Yeah, listen. Is somebody putting supplies in right now? I've got,
Suddenly you hear a crash from behind the manor, like the sound of a tiny groundskeeper's hut being demolished by giant vines. You all run to the back door.
What does that sound like?
It sounds like a tiny groundskeeper's hut being demolished by vines. Let's go investigate it.
You all run to the back door and see Old Man Willie's hut as its last remains are crushed by giant vines.
Boy, we really nailed that one.
Blake the Raider says, "Jeepers."
Well, it looks like Old Man Willie's hut was destroyed by some giant vines.
Old Man Willie, are you okay? Are you in there? Are you okay from the giant vines that seem to have crushed your hut?
Well, it is a good thing that
Do you
Old
want
Man
some
Willie
cake?
has gone to town. He isn't there. No harm, no foul. Everything is fine.
I would like to investigate the vine crushed hut.
Okay. You do that. Does everyone go outside to investigate the vine crushed hut?
Yes, and I rolled 23, so I think I got it.
You see a hut that has been demolished by giant vines.
This hut's been demolished by, giant vines!
Tracing the vines back to their origin, you see a massive pumpkin come to life with a jack-o'-lantern face carved into it.
Holy cannoli! A massive pumpkin!
The pumpkin bellows and swings a vine at you that you all narrowly misses you, and roll for initiative.
I do want to go on the record. Daphne's like, seriously, I just wanted some supplies. This is nothing to do with me. I don't.
Scoobert starts the round.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. I would like to say, let's get out here, Scoob! So yes, that works.
All right.
That's what I would
Scooby
have done
dives behind
too.
the stone fence nearby. Daphne, it is your turn.
Annoyed at the seeming worthlessness of this man and dog, Daphne's gonna do what she do best as the Raider and go attack with her dual short swords. Can I use the darkness of the night to get into a sneaky situation? I'd love to start off with a sneak attack if I can.
It is a giant pumpkin. I think it would be pretty easy to sneak up on it.
Okay,
It's
cool.
not got the best visual
Radical. Then she's gonna come in with a 16 versus AC.
16 versus AC. That hits.
So that's only 13 damage.
The pumpkin did not like that. Didn't fit you in here. I'm sorry. Shaggy, it's your turn.
Okay, so Shaggy, while he was yelling, "Let's get out of here, Scoob," he's also doing the Hanna-Barbera run in place. And while he goes, it's gonna kick up a massive fog cloud.
That's
Lasting fog cloud.
Oh, that's so good.
As a Hanna-Barbera running dust cloud.
And what does fog cloud do, Andrew?
Well, fog cloud, Kyle, creates a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point. So what I want to do is, because I'm running away from the jack-o'-lantern yelling, "Jumping jack-o'-lanterns!" I'm going to create the fog like directly in front of it so that like it can't see in front of it, but we could still kind of flank it, is the idea. And then that will put me out of range, ideally.
Vilma, now it is your turn.
All right. So Vilma, seeing that we have a somewhat capable stabbing person and a person who just booked it out of the way, so Vilma's gonna roll up her bright orange sleeves and focus in on this pumpkin monster and try and launch a mind spike at it, because she is the all-seeing, and this is gonna allow her to sense through its senses. So I need a wisdom saving throw from the pumpkin. Needs to make a 15. Well, that's nothing. It's still going to take some damage. So it's going to take half of it. So it's going to take 6 damage from my spooky mind spike. And Vilma's gonna go, "Oh, jinkies," and kind of like duck into this like big fog cloud that came, because she's also not brave.
All right. The pumpkin roars and did not like that, but it is now Sir Frederick's turn.
Seeing that everybody else is attacking and running, and feeling that I, as clearly the leader of the group, need to attack it head on, I'm going to run directly at the pumpkin with my lance.
Okay.
Oh boy. And that's a nat 20, baby.
Woo!
Roll some damage and tell me what you do.
Cool.
While this is happening, Daphne's eyes are just like twinkling as she just watches him charge in so bravely.
Holy shit. So that's 15 damage.
Okay.
And I think that Sir Frederick is definitely the bravest. However, not the smartest or the wittiest with the one-liners. So I'm just gonna say, "Over here!" and charge directly at the pumpkin. Yeah, right in its pumpkin-y rind. Yep.
It rolls a 22.
Holy shit, that hits.
Barely
All right.
got him.
And Fred dies. And then the shit.
Fred dies.
15.
Wow! It's okay, it's just a vine. That damage will only last 6 seconds.
And then and then it is going to swing around another vine and attack Daphne.
Son of a gun.
That is a 19.
That will hit. She's just a little girl. Come on. 10. I will use my reaction as a rogue to take half of that damage. Just super nimbly, kind of try to move out of the way quickly, but it still hits, but it's more of like she's moving with the blow, so it doesn't take as much of a thwap out of her.
Fantastic. From Scoobert peeks above the stone fence around the garden and calls out, "Reggie, What do I do?
Pumpkin pie, my man.
My dice. Cool. He is munching away on a big juicy bite of pumpkin, and it goes on to Daphne's turn.
Well, Daphne's gonna do the same thing. Get back into the cover of darkness. I mean, at this point, there's two other allies around this giant pumpkin.
The pumpkin is focused on the dog that just took a giant chunk out of it.
Yeah. She can make a nice little attack. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, that definitely hits.
That's 14 points. And she does, as she's doing this, she says, "I always loved carving pumpkins." Wow.
I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna say something witty, and then I'm gonna cast I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action. And then so I'm gonna attack it as my official attack.
Okay.
So let's do that is a holy cow 29.
Yeah, that hits.
And then I have an extra attack, so I'm gonna hit, and that's a 27.
Yeah, that hits too.
Holy guacamole.
Barely.
I have him a plus 11 on attack. I don't really know how, but that's fine. I've never played a ranger before. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, that could happen.
Yeah.
11 plus 6, so that is 17. Got him, Scoob! So that's 17 damage.
All right. Vilma.
Vilma fiddles around in her robes. She goes, "Well, I think I've got something in here just in case of whoop-blam!" And she throws a magic missile at the monster. So I need D4s. Hang on. Let me find them pyramids of pain. 14 damage from magic missile, which is
Wow.
excellent.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right? Some would say it's not too shabby.
Who would say that?
Me. I would say it.
Well, I think that I didn't like seeing Miss Blake get hit by the pumpkin, so I'm going to cast Compelled Duel on the pumpkin and once again say, "Hey, over here!"
And what does that what's that do for our listeners at home? I know what it does, but you should tell our listeners at home.
Tell everyone else.
That creature needs to make a wisdom save. If it fails the save, it's drawn to me and compelled by my divine demand. And for the duration, it has a disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than me and must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move a space that is more than 30 feet away from me.
Miss Blake wants to be compelled by your divine demand.
Hey.
And what do I have to beat on a wisdom save, Matt?
You know what, Kyle? That's a good question. D&D question. What does Kyle need to be on a wisdom save?
So
It's your spell save.
Yeah, so it's 8 plus 3 plus your charisma modifier.
13. Has to be to 13.
All right, it rolled a 2. So it is compelled to duel you.
Wow.
Great. And then I'm going to stabby it with my lance again.
All right.
That is an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that is an 11 damage.
All right.
And then I also forgot that I can attack twice per turn on the last turn, so I'm going to attack a second time. I will attack again. Good lord. And that's a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And another 11 damage.
And then it will attack Freddy with its other action. 18?
Oh, that hits.
So sorry, just to clarify this image, the giant pumpkin we've all been attacking has like retreated slightly and now it's getting bigger in the patch? Or is
No,
this a
I think
separate
it's
one?
calling in backup.
This is
Yeah.
another pumpkin.
Oh, son of a gun.
A second different pumpkin.
Yeah, a second different pumpkin is
Great.
being
And oh, sorry.
no. Did you have another question?
No, Daphne says, I always heard this was a seedy part of town.
Good. I'm scared.
All right, well, give me the whipped cream at least.
Daphne, it's your turn.
All right, so question, can I see like the vines that are attaching to this other pumpkin that is like getting bigger?
Yeah,
Could I attack the vines?
sure.
Okay. I'm assuming that these are inanimate objects and I can just do that. Okay. I mean, that's another dirty 20 to AC. And that's a 5, 6, 7, 10, 14 versus the damage to the vines.
The new pumpkin stops growing. The faint imprint of a jack-o'-lantern still on its outside, but it has stopped growing.
Fair. Daphne says, I'm not here for a gourd time.
And the main pumpkin, the first pumpkin, does take a little bit of damage from that and is very, very unhappy. Shaggy. Okay.
Should I roll for that? What's the protocol?
What's protocol on whippet usage?
Think I
Intra
think that's
battle.
a Constitution save.
Can I get my-
whippet usage?
Can I get myself advantage or break Scoobert's frightened state?
Don't you have an item?
I do.
that-
I assume that this is what you were triggering. All right. Instead of doing whippets because Kyle is a cop, I'm gonna wait, buddy. I got an idea, and I'm gonna reach in my back pocket. How about a Scooby snack?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then he's gonna go ahead. Do you want to do the voice?
A ruby rack.
So the game mechanics of a Scooby snack is consume one, add 1d4 to attack, damage, saves, and attack or damage or saves, or all three.
It's a bless plus the next part.
Got it. Okay, so it's effectively a bless plus advantage on Constitution saves. So I'll give Scooby a Scooby snack as a full action.
Scooby, very strangely to everyone except Shaggy, runs like super fast laps around the entire manor, returns by Shaggy's side, and then shoots 20 feet up in the air like a rocket, and then floats back down and lands next to him, ready for battle.
And as a bonus action, we high five.
And as a bonus action, they high five.
Vilma kind of like pops her head out of the dust cloud that Shaggy left when he 23 skidooed out of the room or out of the area, and she rolls up her sleeves and she goes, "It's time to give them pumpkin to talk about, and she's going to. Is that good? Is that anything yet? All right, we got
That's good.
we got
That's
we got a
good.
lot to work through on these. And she's gonna cast Mind Spike again, only at level 3. So I need another Wisdom save from the pumpkin.
What's it got to beat?
15.
Ooh, nat 20.
Well, it doesn't
Damn,
matter.
that-
It's still gonna take the half damage.
All right.
Just not as great as it could have been. So that is 6.
The pumpkin explodes.
I like to think that it just like covers everyone.
The 4 of you, the 5 of you are covered in pumpkin guts and seeds. And you have vanquished the pumpkin treant, as it was in my notes.
Daphne screams and is so disgusted by this.
Yeah, that tracks.
Old Man Willie is going to be very disappointed when he returns from town.
It kind of bothers me that you've only heard his name twice and you've gotten it right 2 times, and you can't get my name right. When I say Vilma the All-Seeing, can you just try it with me?
Yes, of course, Vilma, the maximum tasting.
All right.
Anyone who looks in the general direction of my hidey hole will see Shaggy just like licking his arms, like, "Oh, this is pretty good. It's still pretty fresh."
So, you're all celebrating cleaning pumpkin guts off of you, dealing with the devastation that there won't be any pie later this season. When
Was that
from
our
the
only
dark wood-
pumpkin? Did we have like exactly one pumpkin?
Well,
in
there
the
were
pumpkin patch?
2, but the other one was being corrupt as well. So
Got it.
Yep. When from the dark wood floats a humanoid shape. What looks like a man dressed in purple and green robes with a jack-o'-lantern where its head should be, rises 20 feet above you in the garden and shouts, "You have been cursed by the Gourd Lord. Your manor and legacy will fall by midnight unless you can take me alive."
that's awesome.
Can I just real quick,
wow.
Scooby and Shaggy simultaneously say, "Ghost!"
Wow. Never in a million years would I have been ready for the words Gourd Lord. That was
Gourd Lord
so
is
good.
very good. It's very, very good.
Vilma has pulled her large brown wizard's hat that kind of looks like a bowl cut on a person. She's pulled that over her face to hide.
All right.
Daphne, is just like pulling chunks of pumpkin off of her captain's jacket and says to this like floating figure, "Yeah, well, who is this Gourd Lord, and where is he, so I can charge him for this designer captain's jacket I had made?"
It's me. I'm the Gourd Lord. It doesn't matter. Your manor and legacy will fall by midnight unless you can take me alive. And then you watch as the Gourd Lord floats away over the dark wood toward Castle Stormwind.
How do you think that pumpkin man flew like that? Really weird that he flew like that, right?
Well, we did just fight a large pumpkin monster, so maybe a flying pumpkin is not out of the realm of things that are possible right now, Sir Frederick.
Ah, yes, Velma, but we are in a pumpkin patch. It makes sense to fight a pumpkin in a pumpkin patch. It doesn't make as much sense for a pumpkin man to fly. He didn't have wings.
Didn't you hear him? He's the Gourd Lord, man. The Gourd Lord. He's gonna get us all.
Daphne has already started to make her way towards her airship.
Wait! I think Miss Blake here she flew. It sounded like she flew in on an airship. If I've heard an airship before, and that could be very valuable in trying to chase down this alleged Gourd Lord. Miss Blake, can we? You were gonna say something, Miss Blake?
She has already started up the engine, and she shouts from out the window, "Listen, are you guys coming or not?"
As she shouts that, a plume of smoke bellows from the back of the airship, and it smashes back to the ground. Not a major damage to the airship, but you doing quick study, you recognize you will not be able to fix it tonight.
Well,
Sounds like a convenient way for us to get a short rest before the rest of this
It seems as though maybe we can't count on. If I know my all-seeing, all-understanding mind, that sounded like an airship that's not going to fly tonight. We should maybe just pursue the Gourd Lord into the distance that he flew into. Is that what we saw him do, DM?
Your manor is positioned very conveniently on a path through the dark wood leading toward Castle Stormwind.
Like we can get there on foot. We don't need like a vehicle.
Listen, Lord Shagathan Neville, Sir Frederick, Miss Blake, as the advisor and consult to the manor and the family operating it, I can tell you there is a pathway that will lead us back to the exact location / direction that the Gourd Lord seemed to have hovered to.
Well, then perhaps we should take the path. But I don't know about the rest of you guys. I could use some healing. Can we do some healing?
I'm not that kind of... I'm all seeing, not all healing. I figured that was pretty clear by the way I introduced myself.
I will as a last stop for travelers entering and leaving the woods, Matt, you probably have a nice supply of health potions. So I will let you guys heal back up HP wise.
Okay.
You don't get your spell slots back.
Can I?
Or we'll just
Kyle,
take a short rest if you want.
Kyle, can I do a quick survival check? Like, if we're gonna take a 30, can I do a survival check to gather up the seeds and bake them?
Absolutely.
For a fun trail snack.
Oh man, Shaggy's awfully good at getting baked. Am I right?
Yeah. So Shaggy and Scoob are gonna spend their short rest collecting peanut pumpkin seeds and then baking them.
Shaggy, while you're collecting seeds, you do find in the seeds you find a small green gem that is just faintly glowing.
Oh, like it's a green gem. Does anybody want it?
Daphne jumps on that so hard. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Green is kind of my color. Well, it's like my accent color, you know? Like, it's purple and green. Like, that's kind of my thing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's my thing, but that's cool. Here you go.
She's like, it would be wasted on you.
That's true.
Vilma leans over to Shaggy and says, I saw Mrs. Blake's Instagram. She describes green as her aesthetic. I don't know what that means, but that's a thing she does.
Vilma, you notice some amount of magic radiating off of this gem, but that's all you can.
Ooh.
That's all you pick up.
I've got this here spell called Identify that does a thing that I'm looking up how exactly Identify the spell works because I've never used it in all of my years playing D&D 5e, and this is me vamping.
Identify or Identify magic?
Identify, not the second one.
Oh.
I can learn the magic item or other magic imbued object. I learn the properties and how to use it, whether it requires attunement. DM Kyle, would you let me use Identify the spell on the gem, or should I just do like an investigation check?
You could identify.
Boom, gonna burn that spell slot. Do Identify to learn the magical properties of this gem.
You recognize it as it in the proper hands in a good if you fit it into a weapon done by a craftsman, it will imbue the weapon with some kind of magical power, a strong amount of magical power. You also kind of recognize that it is opposite. It seems to be opposite something else, but you can't tell what that is. But it is a part of a set. You are not capable of setting it into a weapon to imbue that weapon with its power. It is just a glowing gem for now.
I say to Miss Blake, it seems like it is powerful, and it could go into a weapon if you know a person. But it's like it's missing its other one. Like it's like a set, and it's like if you had an earring and you only had one. Is this getting through to you specifically?
Listen. I loved. Every good sky captain knows that you have to accessorize properly. And again, I think that, unless somebody else has really strong feelings, I feel like this is just kind of my thing.
I don't think
And I do happen to have two swords we find this other one later. Boom, boom.
I don't think my character arc is to challenge you over accessorizing, so I'm gonna just leave it.
I would like to say that I think Scooby at this point probably accidentally eats the gem, trying to lick Pumpkin off of Daphne's arm. Again, I'm not a master of the source material, but that feels like the next step here.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
Yeah.
While we're having this conversation and I'm explaining why the gem should go to me, Scooby is absentmindedly licking me.
Scooby is like face deep in the pumpkin and just eating everything in sight and in fact licking pumpkin off of everyone around him and in fact swallows the gem.
Can we get a clean reaction from that?
You hear him and he belches and a little like green wisp of magical smoke comes out of his mouth.
Oh no, Scoob, what'd you do?
And
I don't know, Raggy.
Oh,
I feel
zoinks!
funny. Yeah.
He ate the
Daphne-
magic stone.
Daphne shrieks in disgust.
And Scooby's eyes kind of now like that cartoon headlight effect.
Yes.
Scooby has green head beams for eyes now, and that's
That was the right. This was the right call.
Yeah, it feels
yeah,
right.
that was good.
Rudolph the green-eyed dog now, huh?
Yep.
Hey,
and
real
You guys, I think we should follow him.
real quick, D&D question. When we took the short rest, do I go straight back to full health, or do I have to roll for that?
so while Matt is healing, are you guys all?
I've got pockets full of freshly baked pumpkin seeds, and I'll chomp on a couple. Are there any healing properties to these pumpkin seeds, or is this just flavor? It can be either. I don't care.
You can roll a hit dice per pumpkin seed.
All right, so I'll hang on to them. And then I think unless anyone else has any objections, I think we are following headlights.
You
green
should definitely,
headlights Scooby.
You should definitely, which is so good. You should definitely treat the pumpkin seeds like good berries. So like, if he got 10 pumpkin seeds, that is 10 HP total. Like, cramming your mouth full of pumpkin seeds is each an HP.
Okay, I like that. That's better than one hit dice.
Yeah.
So you have 10 HP worth of
perfect
of pumpkin seeds to dole out. You guys take off down the path. Shaggy, master of these woods, back in his home, like expertly leads you down this very clearly defined trail that wouldn't have been hard to go down anyway. But like you guys feel so taken care of. He's pointing out trees and plants you can eat and can't eat, and what happened when he ate that weird one over there.
This one has really good mushrooms, and this one has like really good mushrooms. Like, really good. Like, you guys want some right now? Scooby, come here. Do you guys want some right now?
It's so go ahead.
You know the phrase, you can't see the forest for the trees. Well, Daphne can't see the forest for the Fred. That's all I'm trying to say. She's just scoping, making remarks of like, you were so brave back there.
Miss Blake, I'm not sure if you grabbed any of the healing potions back at the manor, but I do have the ability to lay on hands. So if you need me to lay on some hands, just let me know.
God damn it, I did set this up, huh?
Yeah. I love more than anything the flavor that Andrew has for Shaggy being a ranger, because most rangers like study in the woods and like hone their skills. And in my mind, Shaggy just ate weird shit until he figured it out. He's like, all right.
So you guys are going along the path, and who's got dark vision?
I do.
Scooby now.
Well, actually, you guys are going along the path. Everyone roll initiative for me. How about that? We haven't done a good initiative roll yet.
We have.
I got a 19 if we're rolling initiative.
I also got a 19.
Not initiative.
Yeah, do you want perception?
Perception.
Yeah, perception.
Yeah, that's even better. I got a 26.
Yeah, I got a 19 on that.
I got a 10.
That's a 13 for Sir Frederick.
Vilma and Shaggy, you see up ahead and hear and recognize the sounds of 2 trolls asleep on either side of the path ahead of you.
So since Vilma is not at the front, I'm assuming the line is something of like Scoobert and then Shaggy.
Yeah.
Vilma like waddles up and pumps her arms real quick and like tugs on Shaggy's cloak and goes, Shaggy, you should stop the glowing dog. I think you should stop the glowing dog.
Scoop. Stop.
Rhea?
Hey.
Rhea?
Just hang tight, my dude.
Up ahead. The reason why they call me the Vilma the all-seeing, and when she says all-seeing, she looks directly at Frederick. Is I have these all-seeing glasses that help me just focus in on things really well. And I think I saw up ahead there are what look to be 2 trolls. And I just
rolls and Scooby jumps and hides behind Shaggy, and you see the trolls stir, and like one flips over, and but they don't wake up.
You should be a little more careful not to scare my pal Scoob here.
You introduced a sentient dog to our life, and then you gave it a strange gem, and I need to be more careful?
Do you want a seed? Here's some pumpkin seeds.
I will firmly not be taking food from your pockets today. Thank you.
Okay.
They're just trolls ahead, and I think we should be very careful as to not stir them. I think that we could have another pumpkin patch situation.
And one kind of flips over again, and you see one only has one arm, and it goes back to sleep.
That's okay. It looks like one of them is injured. I think we should go this way anyway.
I don't know why you're yelling. It seems like you're doing the opposite of what I was trying to get us to do.
No, follow me. Come on, let's go up the path. And I'm gonna use my my inspiring leader trait to give everybody 8 extra HP.
Okay.
You have to give a speech to do that.
While
So
we're
please give
marching
us a
afterwards.
rousing speech.
Oh, I will always love to give a speech. Listen, gang, it looks like they're just some trolls and they're asleep. If we moved by them quietly, it'll all be fine. It'll take much more time to go around them anyway, and we only have until the end of the day to stop this Gourd Lord.
Makes sense to me.
That works. Everyone gets the bonus HP. Unfortunately, you did wake up both of the trolls during your rousing speech. You also see the Gourd Lord appear behind a tree. He's like, oh, I was gonna wake these trolls up myself, but now I don't have to. And he heads off back towards the castle. Although this time, can I get a perception check from everyone again?
Yeah.
That's a 3.
21.
I got a 19.
Yeah, 12 this time.
All right. Vilma and Shaggy and Scooby, you all notice he is holding a staff this time, and when he flew away, the end of the staff glowed.
It's definitely glowed.
A bright purple as he flew away. And
Okay.
Everyone roll initiative.
Miss Blake, is purple also your aesthetic?
She said, funny you should mention that. Yes.
Did anything happen with Scooby while that happened?
His eyes glowed a very brighter green.
Okay.
Yeah. And Vilma and Shaggy both noticed that.
Okay, we communicate that to the team whilst we're rolling initiative.
Daphne, you are up at the top.
Okay.
The trolls are still waking up, so you have a pretty good opportunity to get some sneak attack off.
Again, we're if this works for you, Kyle, she's gonna sneak up, and as they are waking up, come up to the one-armed troll.
Okay.
And try and use her charming perfume on this troll.
Oh, right. Okay. Go for it.
Okay. It has to make a wisdom saving throw. And she like comes up and she's like, oh my gosh. And she sprays it over her shoulder. And she's just looking at the troll, batting her eyes furiously.
Okay. 15.
Well, does that work for you or not? Because I didn't really set a number. Do you think a 15 is good enough to save from my charm?
Okay. So it doesn't fall prey to your charms.
No, which is a super huge bummer. And she's going to use a bonus action disengage and run back behind Sir Fred.
Okay.
Like the hero she is.
Yep.
Shaggy.
She says, geez, not a fan of Chanel number 5, I guess. It's the only perfume joke I can even think of.
One and done.
Yep.
Shaggy looks at Scooby and whispers, "Let's troll these monsters, buddy!" And then is gonna pop another Scooby snack.
All right. Scooby, not quite as dramatically as the last time, feels very empowered and very ready to go. But just like you all think you hear a trumpet fanfare, you're not sure where it came from, but like you're all certain you heard it.
And then I'm going to point in the direction of the troll with that Daphne was just fighting, and
The
that
one-armed troll.
the one-armed one, and that's me casting Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it.
Vilma.
So Vilma, having seen Daphne run up, fail to do what she was going to do, and then turn around and run back, Vilma looks at Sir Frederick and says, I hope you've been pumping iron in the gym. And she's okay. Well, it's fine. She's going to cast haste on Frederick. So Sir Frederick, your speed is doubled. You have +2 to your armor class. You have advantage on your dexterity saving throws, and you get 1 extra action you can use in your turn. So you can like do an extra attack. Basically, 1 extra attack per turn.
Whoa, okay.
And then Vilma also stands behind Sir Frederick. It says, "Okay, go get him."
All right. The troll, the troll with 2 arms, walks up to Sir Frederick, who is now at the front of the party, and attacks. So he is going to first try and bite Frederick on the arm. 18.
You said I got a +2 to my armor class?
Yeah.
18 is my armor class, so that doesn't hit, right?
It does hit.
It does hit.
It does hit.
Okay.
Ties go to the attack.
Got it.
All right. So take 2.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Take 6.
Okay.
I can't math. And then it is going to swipe at you. 17.
That doesn't hit.
Okay. And it's going to swipe at you again. 13.
Still doesn't hit.
All right. Then it is Scooby's turn, who, feeling empowered and ready to attack, is going to attack the troll with 2 arms that's attacking Freddy. So.
Oh, I set him to the one with 1 arm. Does that matter?
Oh, no, it absolutely matters.
Just because I put Hunter's Mark on that one, that's all.
Yeah, and he is going to attack that one then. What's Hunter's Mark do?
Adds a 1d6. Now, I think because of the Beastmaster, that should... Technically, it's for me, but with Beastmaster, anything that I do counts toward him. So yeah, so just add a 1d6.
To what?
To your damage, sorry.
To the damage. Okay.
Yo.
Scooby does not hit. Well,
that's a bummer.
He does not hit. He takes a good chomp and just
does he get 2
air.
attacks since I have 2 attacks? Is that how that works?
So Scooby whiffs his turn. The one-armed troll is going to swat at Scooby and hits. Scooby is going to take 11 damage. Reggie, that hurt.
I got plenty of seats for you, buddy.
Okay. Fred.
So I have this ability called Turn the Faithless, and I'm going to try and turn the Faithless on this troll that just attacked me by being the leader and saying, You have one chance, troll. One chance to turn your tail and run before I stab ya.
The troll just like gets real in close to your face and just roars, just and your hair blows back. And...
So he's gotta make a wisdom save, and if he doesn't make the wisdom save, he's gotta run away.
And I'll tell you what, he's rolling a 4 on that wisdom save because I've got 2 4s tucked in my pocket.
Oh, never mind.
Hey.
All right.
So I want flavor. Hold on. So if he roars in my face, I want to roar back in his face.
Ascot flowing.
Yeah.
Give me a good roar, Matt.
That was so like cutting that your voice feed like it stopped.
The troll, so what's it do? It has to run away?
It has to, for a minute, it can only make dash actions away from me.
Okay.
A minute is a long time in D&D.
Yeah, 10 vines.
So it runs further up the trail and like hides behind a tree and then like pokes out and then hides back behind the tree. But it's afraid of you. You did it. You scared this troll. Good job.
And you can still
Daphne.
You can still move and attack, Frederick.
Yeah. That's true.
Since you're hasted, you can move 60 feet and still stab someone once.
So I'm gonna go stab the one-armed troll within my lance.
Seems a bit unfair.
That's gonna be a 17 to hit.
17 to hit, that hits.
Cool. That'll be 18 damage.
All right.
And so, wait, I can attack twice per turn, and Todd gave me a third attack?
And so you can attack one more time.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
How much damage did you just do?
18.
Thank you.
And attack number 2 is a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that is 14 damage.
Daphne, it's your turn.
She's gonna...
The two-armed troll is about 30 feet away, hiding behind a tree. The one-armed troll is 10 to 15 feet away from you guys, with Scooby right next to it. And Fred next to it.
Going with the combination that both Fred attacked the one that is closer to me, and the fact that he did not like my perfume is really, really peeved Daphne, so she's going to try and sneak attack him.
Okay, go for it.
And that is a 19 versus AC?
Yeah, that hits.
All right. That is 18 damage.
Oops.
And that is... I guess she'll bonus action dodge and walk away again. Disengage and walk away again.
Okay. The one-armed troll is not looking good. It's showing signs of damage. Vilma. No, Shaggy. I can't read my notes. Okay. That still hits. 22 damage.
No, sorry, that was just my second attack.
Oh, that also hits.
25 damage.
That's
Don't
both
worry,
your attacks?
Scoob. I'm controlling the situation.
Ranks, Raggy. The troll that is afraid of Fred peeks out from behind the tree to see where Fred is at. Notice it's engaged with the one-armed troll and sneaks a little bit closer to attack Vilma.
Vilma hates that.
Yeah.
No, Vilma will take whatever's coming here.
Okay. So it tries to bite. 16.
That is my armor class.
Okay. Take 8.
Don't forget you have that temp 6.
That's those temporary hit points.
And then it's gonna swipe at you with both its claws.
Yeah, but Vilma's gonna throw up her shield now that we know there's multiple attacks. So my armor class is now 20.
Okay. So
or 21. It's high.
The first claw bounces off the shield. The second claw got a critical hit.
So it hits regardless.
And just clean clean through that shield, swipes you, and it is going to deal 10 damage.
That's a bummer. All right, Vilma goes jinkies as her bright orange robe and brown bowl cut hat get slashed a whole bad time.
Do her glasses fall off, Todd?
No, I have to crit fail for them to fall off.
He has to crit fail on a roll for them to fall off.
Got it.
That moment will likely come.
Vilma, your turn.
Well, that feels bad. So I'm going to. So first, Vilma is going to try and hit him with a shocking grasp.
Okay.
So that I'm guessing a 9 probably does not hit.
Against what?
The armor class 9.
No.
And she begins to panic, and so instead she's going to burn another spell slot, and she's just going to misty step away. She's just going to go 30 feet as far away from the trolls area as she can.
Are you going to stay on the trail, or are you going to go into the woods?
I'll just go further back on the trail. I would like to not go into the sketchy woods.
Good call.
Yeah, I've seen... I, Todd, the player here, have seen enough scary movies and Scooby-Doo episodes to know you.
We've all seen zombie movies.
Yeah.
We've all seen zombie movies.
What's a zombie?
All right. That makes it Scooby's turn. He is going to attack this one-armed troll that doesn't look too great. He hits. I'm guessing he's going to kill it this turn.
For the record, I had to make a Constitution save to hold the spell on Freddy, and I did make the save.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Thank you for checking me on that.
I gotcha.
Scooby bites the one-armed troll right in the jugular and finishes it off. You just who's by the one-armed troll right now?
Is it me too?
Yeah, you watch the life drain from its eyes as it bleeds out up against this tree.
Daphne once again says, "Jeepers." What the fuck?
So my movement speed is still 60, and that one troll is still magically afraid of me. So I'm just gonna run at that troll, full speed at that troll.
It is freaking out. It can't run yet.
I'm gonna stab it with the lance.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
And that's a 10 damage. And since I can attack twice, I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, that also hits.
19 damage.
Oh boy.
You get 3 total attacks with Fred now.
Let's go again.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is going to be another 18 to hit and
that
12
hits.
Damage.
Okay. Yeah, this troll is right to be afraid of you and definitely has sustained a heavy amount of damage. Daphne, it is your turn.
Shocking everyone. Daphne's gonna sneak attack the one-armed troll.
It's the two-armed troll. You
sorry.
killed the one-armed troll.
We watched the life drain from its eyes.
Yeah. Well, she's gonna run over, and that's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, it's
for 19 damage.
Anything else?
No, I mean, I guess disengage. Walk away again.
Disengage. Walk away. Awesome. Good. Shaggy, it is your turn. He's by the one-armed troll that's dead.
I'm gonna run up to Scooby and I'm gonna hastily reach into my pocket and pull out all the pumpkin seeds.
Yeah, he does, and he heals 10 HP, and he is good to go.
Some great Foley work, by the way. Holy shit.
It's really good. It's like I was there. That is my turn.
My hand, I can feel the dog slobber on my hand.
All right. The troll is going to run back up the trail, hide behind a tree again, away from Freddy, and you can kind of see though from where it's at from 30 feet away that it seems to kind of its wounds kind of heal back up, and it heals a little bit because it's a troll.
Is that a thing that trolls do?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, self-healing
I didn't know
trolls.
trolls had passive healing.
Yeah. Unless you damage them with fire or acid, Todd says while he pushes his glasses up. Not even Vilma.
Wow.
And then it's Scooby's turn, and he is going to. He didn't see the troll walk away, so he's gonna like sniff up the path. He's got a scent on it, and he sees it behind the tree that you all see it behind, and he points to it like a dog. Yeah, he does that dog point with his nose, and he's like, "Here it is," and that's it. It's not gonna attack.
Good job, bud.
Freddie, it's your turn again.
I push it back and charge at that troll, and go stab it with the lance again. That's a 28 to hit, 18 damage, and because I get 3 attacks. That'll be a 17 to hit. Or I'm sorry, 15 to hit.
That one.
All right.
That one does not hit.
Then my third attack is a 16 to hit, 9 damage.
Okay, so it is 30 feet away, so you won't be able to like dash away from it.
Well, here's the thing. At this point, in character, I have no reason to know that it would be bad for me to be slightly off the path. So
it's fine.
She's gonna run in and do her thing.
Okay.
That's a 23 to hit. So I'm just gonna start rolling damage.
Yeah.
So I started blasting.
That's a 22 damage.
22 damage. All right. Why don't you tell me how you kill this troll?
Man. She does basically like a sweet like Zorro style, like, except it's like just three cuts to make the vague shape of a D, which is just a triangle on the side.
Yeah. All right. And that troll dies, and your path appears clear ahead.
Radical.
So you guys have vanquished the trolls. You see ahead. The path is clear. With that, we are going to take a quick break. We will resume the action when we return.
We're going to pee and get water. Bye.
Hi, everyone. Todd from Debate This here. Just dropping in real quick. Hey, listen, let's be real. 2020 has been quite a doozy so far, but we're not out of it yet. And in fact, right now, we are probably in perhaps the most important part of 2020, which is election season. In many states, early voting has been going on for a while. Voter registration is still possible, but most importantly, you can still cast your ballot. So it is more important than anything else to be involved in our active democracy. So we would ask you, us here, the Buzzkills at Debate This, to go online, check your registration at usa.gov, and please go vote. When you look back at the last presidential election here in the United States, the population that didn't vote was bigger than either main party candidate that got votes. So your vote could be the one that matters. So we'd ask you, take some time here in the next week or two, look up your registration and go get involved. If you're going to vote by mail, vote by mail. If you're going to vote early in person, vote early in person. And if you're going to vote on election day, please be nice to the poll workers. They've got a long day and they're just there to help you. So from us here at Debate This, we are encouraging you to get active, get involved, make your voice heard, and please go vote.
You guys have just vanquished the two trolls blocking your path. The Gourd Lord has sped on ahead to the castle Stormwind.
Gourd Lord! Oh, sorry.
What do you guys do?
My audio is bonkers. I'm sorry ahead of time.
Velma walks over to Sir Frederick and kind of like tugs at his pant leg. Hey, Sir Frederick, I know that you were talking to Miss Blake about putting your hands all over her. Can I have some of that, but without the implication?
Yes, Velma the most feeling. We've worked together long enough. I can certainly lay my hands upon you.
Okay, like she like puts like her pointer finger up,
And I grab it like a handshake and deliver 10 points of lay on hands.
That's
Right.
the exact amount of hands I needed laid on me.
Sir Frederick has big senator energy.
Daphne still shoots like a get away from my man look to Vilma.
Green-eyed Scoob is still leading the way. As you get closer and closer to the castle and further up the path, his eyes glow brighter and brighter.
Oh, Zoinks, we must be here. Scoob, are you feeling okay still?
Rhea. Rhea. And yeah, he feels fine. So you guys make it the rest of the way through the wood, thanks to the expert navigation skills of Shaggy, and you arrive at Castle Stormwind. You exit the wood. You see a bridge, a short bridge over a small river that leads directly to the main gate of the castle.
I guess if I were a flying terrible Gourd Lord, I guess I would be in here.
Can I test does the gate open at like a touch, or is it locked or something?
If you guys go up, you want to go up to the gate. You want to cross the bridge and go up to the gate.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing happens. It's safe. You're fine. The bridge is
The
fine.
bridge catches on
you get
fire.
up to
We
the
all
gate.
die.
You get up to the gate, and it is closed. It is locked. Or can I get perception checks for
Yep.
everybody?
I didn't get a good one for once.
How about a 23?
Okay, so Velma and Daphne, you both notice on the gate it looks like a socket. Velma, you notice it is almost exactly the same size and shape as that gem Scooby ate.
I look at it for a really long time, and then look at Scoob for a really long time, and Sir Shaggy, question for you.
Sure.
The seeds you fed your dog Scooby, are they high in fiber? Well, how's Scoob's digestive tract? Would you say it's accelerated?
As you're having this conversation,
Just waiting for that.
Scooby becomes enveloped in a green light and kind of floats up and is drawn into where that socket is, and he kind of like smacks against the gate a few times. And then finally, like one last time, he hits against it, and you hear a ka-thunk, and the green light enwraps the gate, and the two doors swing open.
It's like Resident Evil when you're trying to wind
the
the
Scooby split in half.
Yeah.
I would still just like monitor his BMs for a while.
BMs. Old Scoob real is quite the skeleton key. Isn't that right, Scoob?
Yeah. What happened? And then he burps, and more of that green smoke kind of floats out of his mouth, and his eyes are just blazing bright green right now.
Vilma looks at Scooby and Shaggy and says, I do not think either of you have the capacity to fully understand what has happened here. So I think we're just gonna go inside.
Yeah.
Sir Frederick, Miss Blake, please.
Daphne's already in. Let's go.
Can we collectively cartoon tiptoe inside, please?
yeah.
Yeah. You all cartoon tiptoe inside, and you go in. You see a great entrance, double staircases up to a nice balcony, and on the balcony stands the Gourd Lord, staff in hand, brilliant purple crystal at the end of the staff, and he says, "You found me, but you'll never break the curse." And he hits his staff against the ground. The gem flashes bright purple, and he disappears. You see at the top of the balcony 4 doors. There's 2 doors to the left and right of you as well.
God damn it. I know exactly what has to happen here.
I guess we should split up, huh? Frederick, what do you think?
Yeah. So there are 4 doors, you said? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's split up, gang.
Excellent.
No notes? No notes?
Velma
No notes.
Velma hates this. But does not voice her disagreement with the leader.
Me and Scoobert are gonna take the last door because we're probably in the back doing more whippets.
I imagine that Daphne goes in one door and Fred goes to follow Daphne, and Velma pulls Fred into a different door.
Okay.
If that's the case, then I guess Daphne will go in the first door.
Okay.
Velma takes whatever is left.
I think going down the
All right.
line, it's Daphne,
Is there-
Fred, Velma, Scooby, and Shaggy.
Shaggy and Scooby.
Is there a door that says library or puzzles? Because boy howdy.
Daphne, you go into the first door.
Mm-hmm.
You enter. You see a standard study. There's a desk.
No.
There's some books.
She
Damn
turns around.
it.
She turns around, and shouts, "Velma, do you want the? Do you want? Okay, no. It's a study. You said.
Yeah.
Can I make a investigation check to see if I see anything relating to my family or anything particularly incriminating of Marcel Stormwind? I got a 16 investigation check.
You do find like paperwork connecting the owner of this castle to, like, you find transaction dealings between the family Blake and the family Stormwind.
Gotcha.
As you are very closely inspecting these papers and going through them and checking for more you can use.
Mm-hmm.
Behind you, very silently, one of the bookcases shifts backwards and slides to the side. And with that, we will go into the next room, which has Freddy in it, correct? All right, Freddy, you go into the room, and you see a standard bedroom with a 4-poster king-sized bed, 2 nightstands, some sconces.
Is there a mirror?
A vanity. Yep, there's a vanity.
I go check my hair in the vanity.
Of course.
You look in the vanity and you're checking your hair. You get it all great, and you start posing, and then you age in the vanity, and it, you have that exact reaction. But then the effect kind of shifts again, and it's more like a funhouse image this time.
I check behind the vanity.
There's nothing. It's just
Weird.
just a wall. But as you are looking in the vanity, the bed sinks into the ground, and behind it there's a secret door behind the bed. Velma, you go in. It's a dining room. There's tables, chairs, a nice like centerpiece with fruit in it, and it's a dining room.
So Velma wants to be looking for any sort of identifying mark of like who actually owns this castle. If there's any like monogrammed napkins,
you see monogrammed napkins, SW. You see the crest of the family Stormwind on the wall, and it says Family Stormwind on it. You know who owns the castle.
And Velma's gonna start just she's just snooping through everything, checking the table settings, checking the placemats, checking
Give me an investigation check.
So remember how we joked earlier that if I rolled a 1 that like my glasses fall off? So I rolled a 1.
Your glasses
Good.
fall off.
Yeah, so Velma definitely like bumped her head on something and her glasses fell off, which means my vision is limited to 5 feet and it's no longer including dark vision. And Velma loudly goes, "My glasses!" as she falls to the ground and starts patting around this room.
While you are feeling around for your glasses, a panel, the family crest sinks back into the wall, slides to the side, and there's a secret door. And we will leave you looking for your glasses, which you will find while we have Shaggy and Scooby.
That's great. That's good.
This
to
is
know.
fantastic. Okay, so I assume we are cartoon tiptoeing still.
You are cartoon tiptoeing into the room.
Yep.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay, Scoob, make sure you look out for any spooky pumpkin ghosts. I'm all out of seeds.
Okay, Raggy.
That's a 19 for investigation.
It is just floor-to-ceiling pumpkins in this room.
Oh,
Wall-to-wall pumpkins with jack-o'-lantern faces carved in them.
Scoob, what do we do? I'm all out of whipped cream. I think I've got 3 Scooby snacks left. We're both going to eat one.
Sure.
Is that my thing? Did I do my thing?
You did.
All right, so we both...
Tell Scooby to go in first.
Okay, Scoob, here's what we're gonna do. We gotta find the one that's a ghost, okay, buddy?
I'm not going in. I'm staying right here, Raggy.
Will you do it for a Scooby snack?
And then you have the Scooby snacks and you go in and
okay.
You go into the room.
Okay, we do it.
Give me an investigation check.
Ooh, that is a 7.
All right, so you two are looking around the room, and Scooby is like scared, and he's looking at him, and he like taps one, and it falls to the ground. And he's like he is feeling safe, so he like gets one of the pumpkins and like throws it at the back of your head, and it just smashes all over you. This jack-o'-lantern.
What the heck? What the heck? Like, what the heck, man?
Raggy, they're just rack-o'-lanterns.
All right. Let's do it. So I'll just start grabbing ones and throwing them well. So we're just tossing. We're just tossing.
You're just throwing pumpkins at each other.
We're Billy Corgan up in this bitch.
Yep.
Good.
The famous line that Shaggy always says.
Yeah. We're Billy Corgan up in this bitch. Scoob.
So you guys are throwing pumpkins back and forth at each other, and Shaggy, you go to grab one, and it doesn't like come like the rest of the pumpkins do. So you like pull on it again, and you pull out the Gourd Lord from underneath.
The Gourd Lord.
No! And Scooby, at least, is going to do the cartoon Hanna-Barbera run in air and run out of the room. Are you going to do the same?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Velma, you have found your glasses somehow in the hallway outside that door, and Shaggy and Scooby crash into you immediately after you put on your glasses.
I'm meant to be here. I found these really, really nice monogrammed napkins, so I'm 100% positive that the family storm window owns Stormwind's
Castle. A+.
In that room, did you see him? Did he?
And the Gourd Lord flies out from behind them and is in the main entryway now.
Jinkies! And so I also join in the running line, I think.
Yeah. The Gourd Lord just is flying around, causing commotion out in the hall. Like, you'll never break the curse of the Gourd Lord. And so you three are on the balcony, like on the right now.
Okay.
The Gourd Lord is just flying around the foyer.
So what you would say right now is there's numbers of us running in and out of various doors at any given time.
I would say that, yes.
In this singular shot now.
And maybe there's music playing in the background.
Yeah, like some surf rock weirdly.
Yeah, some 60s surf rock.
Gimme the Gourd Lord. Something like that.
Something like that.
I'm just frantically running with them.
Daphne and Fred, you are both noticed the secret door open behind you, and you sneak down it, and it's very dark. Unnaturally dark. If you happen to have dark vision, you can't see in it. And you crash into each other in this secret hallway that I set up and don't have a real purpose for.
Can we tell that it's each other?
Now you can. Now that you've crashed into each other.
Daphne at first starts to say Jeepers, like and then she realizes it's Fred and says Jeepers in the most sultry tone she possibly could muster.
How does that sound? Real quick?
While keeping her arms on his chest.
We're gonna need
that.
Yeah, we're gonna need that cut.
You don't get to set the stage without performing.
That's fair. Jeepers.
Excellent.
I wish everyone could see your eyebrow flare.
Eyebrow raise?
That was unnecessary for what we're doing.
No, it was 100% necessary.
I had to commit.
Frederick girds his loins.
Oh my.
We're not going to continue the scene.
Yeah, we will cut back to Shaggy, Scooby, and Velma with the Gourd Lord flying around.
Velma is in this panic. She wants to do an investigation check. She wants to see if she is able to see how the Gourd Lord is keeping himself suspended and flying through the air.
Roll that dice.
Yeah.
And I want to do something too. While you're doing that, I want to cast Spike Growth. I'm going to cast Spike Growth like right directly below and a little bit in front of where the Gourd Lord is. And I'm going to say, this entanglement's about to get a lot more tangled. And then the vines, like these dark prickly vines are going to start shooting out of the floorboards. And from all directions, and then like out of the window, like say like some like a glass window shatters as these like prickly vines just shoot straight out like from the forest, and they're gonna all grab like each of a vine's gonna grab each one of the Gourd Lord's like arms and legs basically.
Okay,
and they're basically kind of like the little like rose thorns are puncturing its little vine arms.
Okay, so. We'll play out Shaggy's first.
Yeah.
Okay.
The vines are reaching up from the ground and through the windows for the Gourd Lord. They start to wrap around his arms and legs, and then he, grips his staff a little more tightly. That purple gem glows, and the vines start to retreat a little bit. They're like, "You can't capture the Gourd Lord," and he just is flying around some more.
Scoob, stop him with your gem magic.
What?
I want Scoob to burp magic. That's what I want.
The Gourd Lord is flying around and like getting further and closer, like flying in circles. So as on one of his passes, Scooby tries to burp at him and only musters a very tiny burp. And he does.
Come on, you could do better than that, bud.
I'm out of gas, Raggy.
All right, I got one more left, and I'm gonna give him my last Scooby snack.
Scooby he eats the Scooby snack, and he filled with vigor, and he inhales and just unleashes this gnarly magical burp right as the Gourd Lord flies back around. He flies through this cloud, and he can't see, and he covers his eye, and he's swatting away, and he drops the staff. And as he drops the staff, he stops flying and tumbles over the barrier of the balcony and falls prone in front of you three. At that moment, Daphne and Fred also exit out onto the from one room and onto the balcony.
Daphne is adjusting her top.
Excellent.
The Gourd Lord is fallen prone in front of you guys.
So Velma had rolled a 21 for like investigating to see how it was staying aloft or whatever. But I think now that the Gourd Lord is prone, Velma instead is gonna cast slow on the Gourd Lord.
Okay.
So the Gourd Lord needs to make a wisdom saving throw. I'll go ahead and save you, Kyle. It rolled a 4 on that roll for the wisdom saving throw. So
okay. The Gourd Lord's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Todd, well, after you had found your glasses, you inspected that family crest on the wall before it turned into a secret door. And you noticed the name, one of the names on the crest was William Stormwind.
I got it. So Velma says, "Quick, Sir Frederick, grab the Gourd Lord. Miss Blake, grab the staff."
She grabs the staff.
I want to be extra as Frederick, and I'm going to poke him with my lance, but cast ensnaring strike and tie him up in thorns and vines.
This already subdued man just gets stabbed in the back.
Yeah.
And Vilma walks over and says, she walks past Scoob and says, "There's nothing to be afraid of, Scoob. You see, the whole time the Gourd Lord, he was none other than," and I pull the gourd hat off, and we all collectively say, "Old Man Willie!" You see, Old Man Willie is really part of Family Stormwind, and he, for reasons that I can't fully elaborate right now, given off the knowledge that I've been given.
Old Man Willie? Why?
He has a much more sinister voice than he had before.
And a mustache.
Because he's evil, not because I've forgotten the voice I've done from earlier. For years I've been serving the family Jones, and all they've given me to live in was the tiniest hut back by the garden. I grew them the finest pumpkins and gourds and vegetables for generations, and they couldn't even move me into the main house with the rest of the family. Even after your family died and it was just you and Velma in there. You couldn't even give me a room. That hut's so cold. So I learned I was part of the family Stormwind, and I had all this space now, but I wanted more. I wanted to take over the Jones Manor and add it to our family estate. And I would have gotten away with it too, if it weren't for you meddling kids and that dog.
Zoinks!
Vilma kind of looks at Frederick and says, "So your family kind of a bunch of dicks, huh?"
Well, he never asked for a room. How was I to know he wanted a room?
Really not cool, Frederick.
And
We're gonna talk about our places in society when we're all done with this.
Yeah, Daphne says, "Yeah, not a good look, Fred. Not gonna lie."
Velma turns to Daphne and says, "You have an airship."
Yeah, I mean, listen. Technically, now this manor is probably gonna come back into me owning it. So, you guys can stay here.
Shaggy and Scooby are already in the dining room and have hilariously large sandwiches that they're eating that are way too bigger than their face. Bigger than their face.
And bibs and chef's hats. Yeah.
Yeah. And Scooby's eyes are bright green.
So you guys stopped Old Man Jenkins. You marched him back through the forest without incident to the local authorities, who you informed of their scheme. Daphne, you fixed your airship. Flew back to the manor and found the paperwork incriminating the Stormwind family to their part of the dastardly takeover of your family fortune. The authorities agreed to move Castle Stormwind to the Blake name, giving you control now of Castle Blake. Freddie, you no longer have a groundskeeper, but you're free to move back into the Jones Manor, and Shaggy and Velma, you are free to decide what you want to do.
Probably go like study abroad or find myself. I don't know. Establish a third degree to my character.
I'm probably going to get more of those pumpkin seeds and then just kind of get the fuck out.
All right.
Yeah, Shaggy is definitely what some would call a squatter.
Yeah. Yeah.
A hermit.
I'll definitely try to like crash at the manor as long as I am uncomfortably welcome.
There.
Yeah, like probably 3 months until them muddy paws show up again.
And I haven't otherwise written a satisfying conclusion to the rest of this, but you did it. You stopped Old Man Jenkins, who was the Gourd Lord, or Old Man Willie.
Old Man Willie Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's
Great
very
job,
good.
Kyle. That was really fun.
That was
Heck yeah.
awesome.
This
Yeah,
was
that was a lot of
I
fun.
think more really silly cartoons from us growing up should be placed into the D&D universe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it fits
Wait,
really well.
what really silly cartoon are you referring to, Todd? This is an original idea I had, and not in all related to Hanna-Barbera's property at all.
Yeah.
That's why Daphne was spelled with an IE.
Yes.
and Vilma was actually Wilma, but the W is pronounced as a V.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. So that is it for our spooktacular conclusion to the Spooktacular Express. Zach, thank you once again for playing
thanks,
with
Zach.
us, for
Thank you.
joining us.
No, thanks.
Would you like to plug your channel and shows?
Yeah. So I am the creator and host of Around the Monitor. Our main content is on YouTube, youtube.com/aroundthemonitor. But we also do a series of podcasts. You can find those literally on all the podcasting apps. But our main focus is video essays on like gaming and gaming history. Some examples of those include the history of Flash games and why the Forest Temple's theme in Ocarina of Time is the best ambient song in a video game.
Oh, that series rules. You guys definitely need to check that out.
Thanks. And then we cover gaming news in various forms. And if you like this, we also have a D&D show, which is set in the world of League of Legends, which is a deep tapestry. And we run what's the phrase? Run Ramshot? Run
Ramshot.
Ramshot. We run Ramshot all over it. But it's a lot of fun. So
We
check it out.
we also did a collab with Around the Monitor a couple months ago, which was really fun. Where Kyle and Matt had a fake argument to illustrate the paralyzing decision of choice.
Yes.
Ooh.
We are also occasional guests on Around the Monitor. Andrew and I this past week helping Zach to celebrate, what is it, 3,000 subscribers on YouTube?
Yeah, we just hit 3,000 subscribers.
Nice.
We both tuned in to play different games of Video Game Jeopardy with amazing categories like video game plots described poorly, and I'm drawing a blank on some
Video game portmanteaus, which was
video game
was-
portmanteaus
that was
was,
a wild
the
one.
a very good one.
that was care of Mizuki.
Yeah, well, it's the wild thing was a guy in the chat really got into it, and he messaged me on Twitter and was like, "Hey, I wrote 10 more," and I was like, "Well, guess I'm gonna use those again."
I kid you not, the next day I was like in the shower and I was like just thinking of portmanteaus.
Some of the ones this guy sent me, I'm like,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna get that, but some of them I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea. I'm 100% gonna steal these.
So thanks everyone for tuning in. Please check out Around the Monitor. Until next time, I'm Kyle Harper.
I'm Andrew, and thus ends our annual Halloween pumpkin ship. Henderson.
I'm Matt. Let's split up, gang. Cole.
I'm Todd Miso Gordy Thomas.
And I'm Zach Pumpkin Spice Latte. Hope you have a grande Schneider.
And we're saying thanks for debating with us, although we didn't do much debating this episode. And if you think we're wrong or didn't like this D&D game, you can come fight us
fuck
behind the
off.
swing sets, nerds.